إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفر ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. Alhamdulillah. We are today in, what lesson number is this, guys? Tajweed 17. Tabarakallah, mashallah. Tajweed 17. We are in Lam al-Al, right? للام الحالان قبل أحرف أولاهما إظهارها فلتعرفي. The first thing we did last week, let me just recap right quick. As a quick recap, wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah, is so you got to jump up and do the board for me, okay? Okay. All right. It says Lillami al. Say it. Wow, this thing is dry, bro.
It's okay. It's gonna come off.
Okay. Lillami al halani قبل أحرف أولاهما إظهارها فلتعرفي قبل أربع مع عشرة. You got to speak louder. خذ علمه من ابغي حجك وخف عقيمه. Okay, now للام ال حالان قبل الأحرف أولاهما إظهارها فلتعرفي قبل أربع مع عشرة خذ علمه من ابغي حجك وخف عقيمه. من ابغي حجك وخف عقيمه. Okay, we said earlier, this is just a review. The lam of L has two cases before the letters. The first of those two cases is called izhar, bringing the letters to make them clean. The lam real clear and independent, meaning to say L. Fel ta'arifi, so then you should know that. Before 4 with 10, meaning 14, take this knowledge from the letters ibghi hajjaka wa khaf aqimahu. That means from the letters alif, ba, ghain, ha, jim, kaf, waw, khaf, fa, ain, qaf, ya, mim, ha. You guys got that, right? And we went over this in some detail for everybody to have a good example of some of these words. A word. We went over every one, right? Now, that's where we stopped off last week. Everybody with me? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Tfaddal, Imam. Tfaddal, Sheikh. Tfaddal. Alhamdulillah. Jazakallah khair. Barakallah fikum. For those that don't know, that was Imam Isa, famous Imam in the Bronx, especially with the Shuyukh al-Ifriqiyya. Alhamdulillah. Barakallah fikum. Al-Azhari. Alhamdulillah. Lazim tahtaram. You have to respect the different shuyukh. A lot of people think that there's only shuyukh come from one part of the world. Shuyukh come from everywhere. Alhamdulillah. Wa fikum barakallah. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Shukran jazilan. So, and he's a great scholar in the science of balagha. I studied with him and still study with him. And there's different sciences like that. That if somebody wanted to really master certain sciences, you have to go to experts. Everybody is an expert in something else. Okay? And I say again and again, you cannot be a talib or ilm without having a teacher that knows you. You know, it's just very, impossible to say that you're a student of somebody and they don't know you. Okay? They got to know you. You have to know your teachers. So, erase this. Okay, so now, that was the review, okay? Oh man, this guy was martial arts. Broke the thing, you know? He broke it. Come on, you got to put some... Now you got to pour it out in your hand and wash it. He broke it, man. Yeah, man. Give me that one. You're fired, man. We're firing you today. First day on the job. Come on, Abdul Latif, you're hired again. This guy's fired, man. Don't be... Nah, man, don't touch me. Here you go, man. You take the job back. You keep the teaching class, you know. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Now, now we're going to the next part. We have any questions about that? No questions? I'm going to move right along because we have to get this done. ثانيهما إدغامها ثانيهما في أربع وعشرة. That's the problem with trying to read. If you try to read, then your eyes don't catch it, you get it. If you don't look at it, then you remember. You understand what I'm saying? في عشرة أيضا ورمزها فإي. وعشرة أيضا ورمزها فإي. Okay? So, ثانيهما إدغامها في أربع وعشرة أيضا ورمزها فإي. This is the second part, okay? Listen again. ثانيهما. What is ثانيهما? The second of the two rules. The two rules of what? Lam al-al. So Lam al-al has two rules. The first one is, what is it called? Idhar, right? And that's to say al before a word. Give me an example. Al-bayt. No, from the examples we gave you before. Give me an example. Yeah. Al-Amin, Al-Baqi, Al-Hakim. What's that? Al-Latif. Okay? Simple. So we have those examples. The second rule is called Idgham. So the first rule is Idhar. The second rule is what? Idgham. What is idgham? We learned this rule before. Remember, we're repeating rules now. We learned this rule when we first went over Tajweed, when we first started the lessons in this chapter, in this book. And idgham means what? Dakhala shay fi shay. So here we see we're going to enter. Dakhala shay fi shay means to enter a letter into another letter, right? So here we're going to enter the lam into the next letter. Okay? And we're no longer going to pronounce the lam. You understand that? We're no longer going to pronounce the lam. We're going to pronounce the second letter with shadda. Okay? And we'll pronounce it twice. We already went over shadda, right? We went over what the rule of shadda is. You pronounce it like two letters. One letter is sakin. The second letter is mutaharrik, moving. So that's how we're going to do this rule, okay? ثَانِيهِمَا إِدْغَامُهَا. Ha here represents what? Al. Okay? The ha represents al. Idghamu al. Fi arba'i. Okay? In arba'i. You guys got me? No. Arba'i means 4. Wa ashratin. 4 and 10 is what? 14. Aidan also. Meaning, why did it say aidan? Because the last rule of idhar, how many letters was it? 14. So it says it's also 14. Okay? The only letter not being affected by this is alif. Why isn't alif being affected? Because alif only comes after what? Fatha. So it can't be lam al-sak sukun. It has to be coming after a fath. Right? So, وَرَمْزُهَا or رَمْزَهَا, rams is its puzzle or its riddle. Yeah, like the first one had a riddle. What was the riddle of the first one? إِبْقِي حَجَّكَ وَخَفُّ عَقِيمَةً. These are the letters of Alam al-Qamariyya. So this has a rams also. This has a puzzle, a rhyme, a bunch of way of putting it in words so that you understand what is being said. Fa'i, fa means so, and I means memorize. I is an Arabic word that means memorize. Wa'iyya, but you say I if you want to give the order. You understand that? So you say, so memorize, so understand this thing, okay? So memorize the poem that he's going to give you right now. Tib thumma sil rahman tafuz dif dhana'am. Says tib, say tib. Thumma sil rahman or rahuman or ruhman, okay? Dif dhani'am. F1. Ni'am. Da su'a dhannin okay. Zur sharifan lil karam. And I don't mean my daughter Sharifa, okay, but I should zur sharifa lil karam, okay. So this one goes here. Tib thumma sil rahman tafuz dif dha na'am da'su adhannin zur sharifan lil karam. Say tib thumma sil rahuman or rahuman dif dha ni'am da'su adhan zur sharifan lil karam or kiram. Okay? Very easy. Let's go through this again. This is a poem. It means tib is in order to be good. What is tib in order to do?
To be good.
Okay. Thumma, then sil. What does sil mean? Sil is in order to join. Okay? What it means is be good. Pay attention, don't write. Be good. It's from the word tayyib. Say tayyib. So we learn a rule. If you want to say be good, you say tib. The kasra means yeah. Goes there. That's how you know. Like when you say qul, right? You say qul, say it. The dhamma means there's a wow, the wow goes here. So you know the root is qawala. Okay? That's the way you can do it. Like when you say sell, you know the fatha means sa'ala. From question. You say that's a rule you can learn here from those that have the middle radical is a weak letter. You guys got me? So pay attention to those types of things. So the ya, the kasra here means what? Yeah. So you know the word is tayyib. Okay? So, but not all the times that way. Not all the times. Because sil is in that way. Sil is from the word wasala. Okay? So it's not that, sometimes, but there's a different rule in play right there. And that's that the wow always drops if it's in the beginning of the word. Okay? That's why we have ittikal from wakala. Right? So anyway, let me not confuse the issue. That's a side issue. Tib. Be good. Thumma. Then. Sil. Join. Okay? Rahuman. Meaning keep the ties of your wombs. Visit your relatives. Okay? So sil here implies to visit and to be kind to and to visit your rahuman. Rahuman means the womb. Rahman, so visit or join ties with your wombs. Does Allah talk about that in the Quran? Yes. He said don't cut ties with the Rahman, with the wombs that bore you. So it says be good, then join with your wombs, your relatives. Dif, visit. You see how it says join? Then it gives you a dif, visit, but here it means daif, be the guest. Daif, from dayyafa. You know, daif is what? Host, right? Host, there, the one who possesses ni'am, blessings, meaning your relatives. Who's the one that holds the blessings? Your relatives. Because the Prophet ﷺ said, what could mean, if you want to increase your rizq, what can you do to increase your rizq? Who can tell me? From the hadith. The hadith says if you visit your relatives, you will increase your life, you will increase your rizq. Right? So he says, host the one that has the ni'mah. Okay? Who is that? Your rahmah. Your relatives. You guys got me? So this whole encouragement, and it's telling you to be good. So this is a description of how you can be good. By visiting your relatives and hosting them. Keeping the ties with your relatives, I should say, and hosting them. Meaning inviting them to your house. Okay? You got me? Da. Leave off. Okay? Da. Leave off. Da. Everybody, ladies too. Da. Leave off. Su'a. Evil. See, evil. So su. Okay? Su'a dhannin. Dhan, we know what dhan is. Suspicion. Right? So, and everybody runs to, yo, akhi, but ba'd dhan is good. You know, some people say some, but you always want to run with the istithna. The rule in fiqh is that we don't make the rule on the exception. There is no rule or hukm for the exception. You understand that? So stop running with the exception saying that, yo, is like, that's an exception. Okay? So it says here, the second line, it says, leave off this evil suspicion and bad thoughts. Because you know how sometimes in families, everybody got some su'adhan bayna anfusihim. There's some bad thoughts between each other. Bad feelings and, oh, they remember when she pushed me when I was a kid. Now she, you know, they still got that running along. She sat on my birthday cake or whatever happened. You know, astaghfirullah al-azim. So leave off the evil dhan. Zur. Visit. Zur. Visit. Sharifan. The person that has sharafa, you know, that has honor. There's people in your family, like your grandfather, he is sharif indakum. He's the one that has the honor in your family. Your mother, your father, these other people, your great uncle. Zur sharifan. Why? Lil karam. To be generous. For the honor of it all. You understand that? So it's just, mabniyan is built on this one. Right? This one tells you host, this one tells you visit. Right? This one tells you be good, this one tells you leave evil thoughts, suspicions and everything like that, and you visit. Here it says host them. Let's say you hosted them and they didn't come. So now you visit them and leave off the su'adhan. Understand? That's the encouragement for the honor of it all. Now, that's what the encouragement is. However, Ramzuha fa'i. Ramzuha fa'i. It is a puzzle. It is a code. So memorize it. That's just the outward advice that it gives you. The inward advice it tells you, not the inward advice, the inward secret it tells you, say ta. Ta is from at-tayyib. See, you see, right? Tayyib. See, the ta is from the rule of idgham. The tha is from the rule of idgham. The sad is from the rule of idgham. The ra, the dad, the dhal, the noon, the dal, the sin, the dha, the zay, the sheen, and the lam. Okay? These are the letters of idgham or lam ash-shamsiyya. You see it? So it says, wa ramzuha fa'i. So in this little puzzle, memorize it. Not just take the outward advice. So we gave you a little bit of outward advice in there. But in there is the rules for lam ash-shamsiyya. Is that beautiful? Is that nice? So if you don't get it, you get it. So even if you don't get the point, what he's telling you about lam ash-shamsiyya, you got some real good advice and he gets the barakah. You know what I'm saying? Because you visited your cousin and stuff like that. Or you hosted your little brother and what ma ashbaha dhalik. You understand? So what I want you guys to do, erase the board now, please. Now we got it on the internet now, this stuff, so you don't have to just be worried. All the people that's writing saying, oh, I want to erase the board. You got it on the internet, y'all can download it, right? Right? It's on the internet, right? Hakeem, if it's not, Hakeem did it, but again, Hakeem knows martial arts, so you don't want to come talking trash. You know, one guy, I took my son to a martial arts place in LA. And my son went in there and started, he didn't know English at that time. What this? What that? What this? So the old man at the desk, you know, astaghfirullah, he said, look, you don't come into a martial arts center talking trash. You know what I'm saying? That was Tai Chi Bilal from Hawaii. Alhamdulillah, barakallah fihi. He's a very good brother. I think, was it Jet Magazine or one of us had him on there one time. He's very good in martial arts. He told my son, you don't come into a martial arts center talking trash, starting no fights. People be dreaming for that to happen. So we go here. It's not, still wet. So we have ta, say tib. Tha, thumma. Sil, sad, sil. Right? Tib, thumma, sil. Rahman, tafuz. No. Tib, thumma, sil, Rahman, tafuz. I forgot tafuz. Ta, say ta, tafuz. Dif. Tha. Ni'am. Let me just do this one. I forgot the ta. It says tafuz. Tafuz was one of the words. And see, that's why I said reading messes you up, right? I read it off the paper and I missed something. But when I did it from my memory, I remembered tafuz. That's why I say memorize. Perfect example right there. Memorize. You always see the shuyukh correcting the books. That's why. Because the book missed something. Okay? The word tafuz is in there. It says, Tib thumma sil rahman tafuz dif dha na'am. Okay? Tafuz means fawzun. We say fawzun azim. Right? وَمَنْ يُطِعِ اللَّهَ وَرَسُولُهُ فَقَدْ فَازَ فَوْزًا عَظِيمًا. Faiz, he's the one that won. He's successful. He achieved his highest aspiration that anybody can aspire to. So he says, be good, thumma sil, then join ties with your Rahman, with the Rahman, tafuz, you'll be successful. Dif dha ni'am, host the one that has the Sharifa. You understand? That makes it even more powerful, the statement. Please take it off the board. Yes, sir. No, not that, bro. This right here. Yes, yes, sir. Okay. Okay. What is that a correction for? I'm supposed to make correction.
No, just let them know to make.
Okay, look on the website, ladies. Don't start talking and don't come into class late and start trouble. Move forward. The thing about it, Assalamu alaikum, akhi. The thing about it is that on the website we put some. What do we put? The papers. What is it? Ajrumiyya and other things like Tuhfa and other things like that. Don't totally rely on those papers. There may be mistakes on them. The publishers always make mistakes. No disrespect to Tawheed. But this is what happens. Publishers make mistakes. And it's for you to get the correction from the teacher. The first thing we would do, and the first thing that we did when we came in here, who had that? You guys brought that in or did Abdul Latif bring it? When we had the Tuhfa, we sit down and we go over the nuskha. Whenever you go study with a sheikh, you bring the book, whatever the nas is, he'll point you to some of the students who've already studied that, and you check yours with the sheikh. I had, astaghfirullah, Alafiyat al-Iraqi, it's 1,000 lines of poetry for the science of hadith. When I got it, the sheikh gave me his copy. I took the sheikh's copy and I checked it with the student had just finished studying it with the sheikh to make sure everything was correct. Why? Even though I got the sheikh's copy, the machine might have got something blackened out or something like that, or there might have been some tanbih, something he wanted me to put there, and so we went over it like that, and then he signed it at the end of it, and that was before we even got to study it. That was just when you get your copy. So you got your copy now. There's some mistakes in it. We looked at it. He showed it to me. McKean showed it to me. I saw some mistakes on it. But because we're weak in the computer systems, we don't know how to sometimes put a dhamma, or, the computers are like cats. They work when they want to, So you press a button and it says dhamma, but it comes out kasra or something like that. And so we don't know how to fix it all the time. And we don't even want to wait. So the correction will be here. Listen for it. Okay? Now the first time or second time it might be a mistake, but you listen for it, you hear the correct way. And then you contact with the different students. I noticed that on a website that people are writing, Tabarakallah, Jazakumullah Khair. What we're going to implement this week or within the next couple of days is the same thing that happens if you take online courses at school. Like me, I take some of my classes, I take online. Every week I have to get online and see what the question of the week is or what the discussion of the week is. And I have to participate in that blog, right? And answer and say what I think about it and everything like that. Likewise, what we're going to do with this, we're going to put the bait, the line of poetry up there, and those people who've been saying they want to participate online, you can log on. Of course, you're going to have to pay some type of fee because I got to spend all the time checking all this stuff like that. Then when you log on and you put your name there and you see the question, you log in, right? You see the question, you answer that question. It's going to be like, the way our thing is, we explain the classics. You have to explain that classic, okay? You explain it, what you think it means. I will log on, or my wife, or one of my children, or some of these guys here, they will log on, they will read it, they will correct it, okay? If it's something that needs to be some further tanbih, Makeen or Hakeem will catch it, because they review all that stuff, okay? And then if there's a question, I'll come and check it out and stuff like that. Don't think that every last one of the things I'm going to be looking at, because it's an each one teach one thing. So it's not that I have to do everything. You know, there are other people who are very qualified, capable of doing this. Okay? So, we're going to be doing it like that. Anybody have a question about? No, well, you guys wouldn't have a question. If you guys have a question about it, blog, or not blog, what do? Email. They email Hakeem or Makeen, and then they'll contact you. Is there anything else you wanted to remind me of? Okay. Okay, I have to do this again. Shukran. Tib, Thumma, Sil, Rahma, Tafuz, Dif, Dha Ni'am. Okay, now this is Lam Ash-Shamsiyya or Qamariyya. This is Lam Ash-Shamsiyya, okay? So now we want to get examples of each one of these for the sake of being able to have this. At-Tama. Okay, At-Tama. At-Tama. Al-Thawab. Al-Sadiqeen. Ar-Rahman. At-Ta'ibina. What did he put here? Ad-Daleen. That was pretty easy, right? Al-Dhakirina. Noon. And the last one, An-Nas. Are these strange? These shouldn't be strange examples. These should be pretty simple examples. At-Tamah. At-Tamatu. Then you have Al-Thawab, Al-Sadiqeen, Al-Rahman, Al-Ta'ibina, Al-Daleen, Al-Dhakirina, An-Nas. Don't you notice the alif lam, 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 alif lam. Do we pronounce it? Pay attention, don't write. Do we pronounce it? When I'm at the board pointing, don't write. Okay? But when I'm doing something else, then you can write. If I'm just like lecturing or something like that. But if I'm pointing at the board, because I want you need to pay attention to this stuff right here. So, you see you have alif and lam, right? But in front of these letters, you do not pronounce the alif wal lam. Okay? You pronounce the next letter. One of the ways for those people who can't pay attention to that is to remember this little thing right here. A shadda. This little shadda. Whenever the shadda is next, if you see here alif and then lam, and then the next letter has a shadda on it, and there is no sign over the lam in the Hafs Mus'haf we're talking about, because we're doing this to learn how to recite Quran. There's nothing over this letter right here, and this letter has a sad over it, a sad with the tail cut off. Then you do not pronounce that letter. Do you understand that? Whenever you see a letter in the Hafs Mus'haf that does not have a sign or anything over it, then that letter is not going to be pronounced. Okay, especially when you have a shadda on the next letter. So this wasl, what does wasl mean?
To join.
Join. So you join the sound that's coming over here. Let's say it's a fetha. Then you join that sound to the next letter. Okay? And if the lam is not there, then you go us. Okay? And you skip these other two. Does that make sense? Yes? Okay, write it down. Take this off for me, please. The next bunch of letters that we have is, we dal. Say, we'll say da, from da. Dal, da, su, run, zur, sharifa, lil karam. Okay, so here we would have, what's the words that he used here? Ad-deen. Say ad-deen. Okay, the next one that he used, as-sa'ihuna. As-sa'ihuna. And I'm getting these examples from Jamzuri. These are Jamzuri's examples that he wrote himself for each one. And that's why I'm trying to pull them out from his notes here. I got a copy of his notes. As-sa'ihuna, al-zalimuna, al-zalimuna, az-zujaja, az-zujajatu, and ash-shayateen. هذه الشريفة عفوا. And lam al-layl. Al-layl. Pretty easy, right? This is an easy lesson. للام الحالان قبل أحرف أولاهما إظهارها فلتعرفي قبل 14 خذ علمه من ابغي حجك وخف أقيمه ثانيهما إدغامها في 14 أيضا ورمزها فعي طب ثم سر الرحمن تفض ضف ذا نعم دع سوء ظن زر شريفا للكرام. You guys got it? Very easy. When you finish, take it off the board. You got one more line. You can take more or you're done. You want to finish this chapter? There's one more line in this chapter. We got time? Okay. It's a very easy lesson. What you need to understand, people, is if you memorize, it makes it a whole lot easier. Okay? If you memorize, it makes it a whole lot easier. Lam al-Qamariyya. And these letters are called Lam al-Shamsiyya. Lam al-Shamsiyya. Ash-Shams. Just like they say that the letters are like stars. Okay? It's called Lam al-Qamariyya because at nighttime you can see the stars. So you pronounce the Lam. Okay? The Lam al-Qamariyya. And in the daytime when the sun comes up, Ash-Shams, you can't see the stars, so you don't pronounce the Lam. That's why they call it Lam al-Qamariyya or Lam al-Shamsiyya. It's one of the things that the ulama in Egypt they talk about. That hopefully that little bit helps. Okay. Everybody done? للام الحالان قبل أحرف أولاهما إظهارها فلتعرفي قبل 14 خذ علمه من ابغي حجك وخف عقيمه ثانيهما إدغامها في 14 أيضا ورمزها فعي خذ طب ثم صل رحمن تفز ضف ذا نعم دع سوء ظن زر شريفا للكرم واللام الأولى سميها قمرية واللام الأخرى سميها شمسية وأظهرن لام الفعل مطلقا في نحو قل نعم وقلنا والتقام. That's the last part we're going to do. والتقى, not والتقام. Actually, I read that as a mistake one time. We're going to get done with this. I got to get this off the board, guys. Take it off. We got to go. You guys finish? No? Yes? Okay. Take it from whoever has it in the class. We got to get on. The next line, وَلَامَ اللُّولَ سَمِّهَا قَمَرِيَّةً وَلَامَ الْأُخْرَى سَمِّهَا شَمْسِيَّةً. The next line is very self-explanatory. It doesn't take anybody to do anything but memorize. Who's finding Tajweed difficult? Anybody find Tajweed difficult? You do? The only thing about Tajweed is that it takes the time for you to go through each rule. It's nothing difficult at all. I mean, in learning the rules. You can't take your fingers out your mouth. Okay? وَلَامَ الْأُولَى. Say it. أولى. وَلَامَ الْأُولَى سمها قمرية or قمرية. For the poetry you say قمرية. واللام الأخرى سمها شمسية. That's it. ولام لغلة ولام لولة ولام لولة لولة. In the poem you say ولام لولة. It's teaching you because it's not always going to be Hafs ولام الأولى. In the poem it says ولام لولة. We call that naql. You take the fatha or the hamza and you put it on the preceding letter. So it's وَلَّامَ لُولَى سَمِّهَا قَمْرِيَّة وَلَّامَ لُخْرَى وَلَّامَ لُخْرَى سَمِّهَا شَمْسِيَّة. Simple? Well, let me break it down. And the first lamb, or this is the lamb that is first, right? That's the one we said, what, idhar, right? Sammiha, call it or name it. Ha means the al, right? Qamariya. It says qamariya, but we call it qamariya, right? Wallam al-ukhra, and the lamb that is second, the one we call idgham. Sammiha, call it shamsiya. So you have moon and sun letters. Is there any questions about that? No, there shouldn't be any questions about that, right? Erase it off the board. No, hurry up, hurry up. You have to come to class prepared. Meaning that you know you're going to do these bait. You should write them down before you come to class. The bait should be written down before you get there. You don't get to class and start writing down the bait that you're studying. You write down the notes that you're going to study around the bait.
Where do we get them? Where do we get them?
Hakim. Hakim Makin. Hakim. Both those Hakim Makin. Both those two people. I'm surprised you guys don't have you should have the book. You don't have the what do you call it? A whole copy of all the people in the class. They should have a copy, Hakim. No, seriously, everybody should have a copy of the. What's up, Abdul Latif? You took a copy.
No, not this.
What was that he took a copy of?
We
Oh, that was no. You came. You was in the class when we went over the letter. We went over the.
No, I was correcting my book. Mahmoud took it.
Oh, Mahmoud took it. Okay. Well, you guys should have it. Okay. The last line is this. Somebody has it, right? You guys have it? At the end of class, make sure you get the whole thing. If the machine is hooked up, make a copy of it now. And give everybody a copy. I have a copy here. Here. You can take a copy right here. Here's a copy of it right here. Oh no, this is Jazari. نعم ثانيهما ليس شانيهما قل ثانيهما نعم ثانيهما إدغامها في 14 أيضا ورمزها فعي طب ثم سر رحمن تفز ضف ذا نعم دع سوء ظن زر شريفا للكرام. كتبنا موجود سأعطيك الآن لا تكتبي موجود هنا فسأعطيك بعض هذا الدرس وأنتم تستطيعون أن تكتبي. Okay. This one goes here. Pay attention. Don't write. Just pay attention. I'm going to give you a copy right now, tonight. So you guys can either copy it by hand. And, there has to be a little bit of struggle. We're here in the United States and we don't want to, put ourselves out. That's the wrong attitude. That's why like studying studying from the internet or studying, in this ways we do here is not the same thing as having to travel and go overseas and study it. Which reminds me, Sheikh Muhammad Salim, Udadud al-Shinqiti, hafidhahullah, is very sick. So sick he's not coming out of his house. In Mauritanian culture, if someone doesn't come out their house, if it's a man, that means he's very sick because you can always hear the adhan. Okay? And the masjid is always close by. So it's a very big deal for someone to stay home, a man to stay home all day and not leave his home. It means very, very sick. Okay? So we need people to make dua to preserve the life of the Shaykh, inshallah ta'ala. That we make dua, inshallah, we make dua, not inshallah, fik the dua. The other thing is, there's another one of our brothers, Yusuf, from Minnesota. He's in Morocco right now. He's having a very difficult time getting a visa. So make dua for the brother that he gets his paperwork and everything so that he can go. He's going to Mauritania. Sometimes that's the problems, the challenges that Talib al-Ilm have when you travel. He's saying, he told me today, he's saying, well, alhamdulillah, I'm not laughing at you, Yusuf, but it's things that happen. He's like, these people, they don't care nothing about the time. They tell me 1 o'clock, they don't show up till 2:30, this, that, everything. This is the way it is overseas. Astaghfirullah. Sadly, the Muslims, they are on like, you know how it is in Africa, right? Somebody tell you around Dhuhr, show up at Asr. Okay? Show up at Asr, and they'll just be showing up saying, I hope you didn't wait too long. You know? Stuff like that. Because that meant around Dhuhr, I'll remember that I have to go see you. I'll eat my lunch and go see you. Okay? That's the sad reality. It's like that in Mauritania. It's like that in Morocco. It's like that in Senegal, Gambia, Guinea. No matter where you go on the West Coast Africa, when they tell you a certain time, sadly, they don't mean it. You know, they just mean around that time. It'll be the same day. Inshallah. عندك ما في أي بلد كما قلت يعني غينيا هكذا ما شاء الله. It's only here in America that you say, okay, I want you to be here at 11 o'clock, and at 11:05 you're like, look, I'm leaving. Dude is late. You know, 11:15 you're like, yo, you killed me. You messed my whole day up. You know. That's just American. Well, alhamdulillah. But that's a good quality. Because one of the things we're supposed to learn from the salah is how to be on time. Okay? When you hear the adhan, you're supposed to come. You don't come next week. You come when you hear the salah, the adhan. Okay, let's go on. It says, وَأَظْهِرَنَّ وَأَظْهِرَنَّ لام الفعل لام okay. مطلقة في نحو قل نعم وقلنا والتقى. Okay, here goes the rule. وأظهرن لام الفعل وفعل مطلقة في نحو قل نعم وقلنا والتقى. Okay, pay attention. This is a very, very easy rule. Okay, it says here, pass this to the young lady over there, and we're going to finish this off because it's almost time for salah. It's this page right here. She can copy that chapter. It says here, look. I say again. وَأَظْهِرَنَّ. Here's the word from dhuhr, right? So make this one idhar, and don't write it now. When we finish, when you guys go upstairs, then you write. Don't pay attention to the board now. Okay? It says وَأَظْهِرَنَّ means make it dhuhr. Make dhahir the lam. Okay? We said there's different types of lam, right? We're talking about lam al-shamsiyya, lam al-al. Now the lam that comes in a fi'lun, right? We mentioned earlier that a fi'lun has, we could say like this, fa'ala, right? Fa'ala. The fa of the letter is the first root. The ain of the letter is the second. And the lam of the letter is. So if we have a word like this, where is the lam of the letter? This is the lam of the letter, right? If we have the word like this, where is the lam of the letter? Say it loud. So this is the lam of the letter. So we're not talking about, when we talk about bina, we're not talking about that. But we're talking about lam of fil when you see a lam in a word, right? When you see a lam in a word that is a fi'lun. What is a fi'lun? Louder. So when you see the lam in an action word, alif wal lam, L, is it going to come in an action word? No. Because we learned earlier when we were studying Arabic, we said, was seen, well, ismun yu'arafu bil khafti wa bit tanwini wa dukhulin L. Okay, with dukhul al-L. L comes on an ismun. not on a fi'lun. So the lam of fi'li, we're talking about the lam that comes in the word. That is a verb, an action word. Is that clear? Okay, so it says, وَأَظْهِرَنَّ لَامَ الْفِعْلِ مُطْلَقًا. Mutlaqa means absolutely. Absolutely, without doubt, no exceptions to it. Mutlaqan. Ala itlaqa. Whenever you see, take your hands first. Whenever you see a lam and a fi'l, you pronounce that lam idharan. وَأَظْهِرَنَّ, the noon ta'keed. The noon mushaddad is ta'keed, means emphasizing the rule. It's an order. وَأَظْهِرَنَّ. Okay? There's an order for you to do this thing with emphasis. Does that make sense? So what does adhiranna mean? The dhuhr, right? Dhahir. So make it idharan. Wa adhiranna lama fi'li mutlaqa. Absolutely. All the time, day and night, and even on the Eid. Okay? Fi nahwi. In the example, we say nahwu wasar. We said the word nahwu comes from the statement of Ali ibn Abi Talib. When the man came to him, he said, Inhu nahwu dhalik. He said, do like that. So nahwu aslan means to be like or similar to, right? It means now as a terminology, grammar, but it meant originally similar to or like. Here it's being used in its original form, nahwu kadha wa kadha, like such and such. So in similar to or in like these examples, like in these examples, so he gives you some examples. 3 types. He gives you an order. Qul. Say it. Qul. Qul is an order. You see it's from the root qawala. Qawala. Right? So when you say qul, the waw drops out, but you see its existence in a dhamma. Okay? It says qul. So that lam, you say it mutlaqa. Okay? You always say that lam. Qul. Then it says qul na'am. Why is it qul na'am? Because a noon comes afterwards, and you don't want to. He's saying, look, just because a noon comes afterwards doesn't mean you drop that lam. Okay? You understand that? Like we say an-nabi, right? We don't say al-nabi. What's the example we use here? In the examples in the book, what does it say with the noon? An-nas. So here you have a lam sakin with a noon that comes afterwards. In the example we gave you, we said noon is a letter of qamariya or shamsiya. Louder. No, it's not qamariya. Shamsiya. Noon is from shamsiya. An-nas. Say it. An-nas. So you know not to say al-nas, but here you say qul na'am. Why? Because the lam is in order, and it's lam al-fi'li, not lam al-ta'rif. Okay? Not the lam that means alif lam dhi. The next one it says, wa qulna. Qulna. We said. That's what this means. Qulna means we said. Here again, you have a lam and noon in the same word. Okay? In the same word, it's coming in the middle of the word here. This is at the end of the word. This is in the middle, and he says, we say qulna. We don't stop the lam sound. You understand? Same rule. And this is waltaqa. We said at-ta'ibina, right? So here we don't say wattaqa, we say waltaqa. To thabbit wa adhiranna lam. You make them, and this is at the beginning of the word. Do you understand? Example at the end, in the middle, and at the beginning. You got me? So whenever there is a lam that is part of a verb, an action word, you pronounce that lam clearly. Everybody got that? Do you have any questions about it? أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله.